Now, to conclude this section, there's one last animation which I want to perform, and that's an animation across multiple screens. When I select a meal here on this meals list screen, and we then transition to this meal details screen, I'd like to animate this image so that it slides from this screen to the next screen. And whilst this might sound super fancy and complex, it actually, thankfully, isn't. Because Flutter has built-in support for animating widgets across multiple screens. And for that here, we can go to the meals Dart file, where I have this list of meals, and then actually to the meal item, because that is where I do have the image of my meal here. And we now have to wrap this image, so in this case this fade in image widget, which is responsible for outputting the final image, with another widget. And that other widget here is the so-called hero widget, another widget built into Flutter. And whilst the name might be strange, this simply is a widget that exists to animate widgets across different screens typically. For that, hero needs a child, which is the widget that should be animated, but in addition it also needs a tag, which behind the scenes will be used for identifying a widget on this screen and on the target screen. And here I'll give this a tag of meal.id. It should be a tag that is unique per widget. And of course here I have multiple meals and multiple images, so therefore every image should get its own tag when wrapped in hero, and the ID is unique per meal and therefore is the perfect tag per image. So that's the first step. We wrap the widget that should be animated, and you're not limited to images, by the way, though images are a common case, but you wrap that widget that should be animated with hero and give it a tag. And now you have to go to the place where you want to animate to. And of course, there must be a logical connection between these two places. For example, here we're on the screen where we're coming from, and now I'm going to the screen where we're going to, the meal details screen. And here in this meal details screen, you have to find the same widget to which you want to animate. So in my case here, this image. And it does not matter that this is now not a fade-in image, but a network image. The only important thing is that it's generally the same content, and that will be the case here. And now you wrap this widget here with hero as well. So I'm wrapping my image network with hero. And you have to give it exactly the same tag. So again, meal ID here. Because that's important for Flutter to identify the widget on both the start and the target screen. That's all you have to do. If you now save this and restart, you will see that if you go to this list of meals and you tap a meal, this image now animates between the screens, forth and back. And that, of course, makes this animation look a bit nicer than it did before. And as you saw, adding this is really simple.